A 2012 Chevrolet Bolt plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. The engine radiator had failed and needed to be removed. The new radiator will be installed soon. Let's review the parts under the hood of this vehicle. The high voltage traction inverter. The 3-phase alternating current power lines for motor generator B. The 3-phase alternating current power lines for motor generator A. The 1.4 liter dual overhead cam 4-cylinder gasoline internal combustion engine. The engine coolant reservoir. The reservoir is empty. The traction battery charger. This is the unit that accepts energy from the electrical grid through an electric vehicle supply equipment charging station and charges the traction battery. The high voltage traction inverter coolant reservoir. This is the proper fill level between this line and this line. If coolant is in this upper area, that is too much. That is exclusive to that reservoir. The high voltage traction battery coolant reservoir. This reservoir needs to be filled all the way to the top, to that line, unlike the other reservoir. These are the electrically powered cooling fans for the radiator assembly. The radiator assembly has 4 radiators. One has been removed, the engine radiator, because it was damaged and it failed. The other 3 radiators are still charged and filled with coolant and sealed. The radiator to the very left, this radiator, is the high voltage traction system radiator, which removes heat from both the high voltage traction inverter and the high voltage traction battery. The fluid from these 2 reservoirs is pumped through this radiator. The second radiator is the air conditioner condenser. The Chevrolet Volt has an electric air conditioning pump, which is also powered by a 3-phase alternating current motor, and it has its own dedicated inverter, which is built into the pump. The third radiator is the transaxle automatic transmission fluid coolant radiator. Automatic transmission fluid is pumped through this radiator. This tiny reservoir is part of the high voltage traction cooling system. This is the engine control unit. It controls the gas engine, and it does some other functions, which are detailed in the factory service manual. This is the brake reservoir that holds the DOT3 brake fluid. The metal area that is under where my hand is, that these 6 3-phase alternating current power lines connect into, is known as the electrically continuously variable transaxle. It is the heart of the Chevrolet Volt, and it houses the 2 electric motors that drive the vehicle. As we walk away from the vehicle, here is the damaged engine radiator. I hit a curb a few years ago, and the very small amount of damage to the radiator is visible here where this metal flange is bent. This was bent a few years ago when I hit the curb, not during the removal. This caused a slow leak at first, maybe a few drops per month, and it grew exponentially until in the past few months it failed completely, and now it no longer holds coolant under pressure. This stick in the ground with the box on it is an electric vehicle supply equipment, which is used to charge a plug-in hybrid electric vehicle or a battery electric vehicle, such as a Chevrolet Volt or a Tesla. It uses the J1772 charging standard. This is a very old unit that I've had for many years. This collection of socket wrench sockets is not related, although these sockets are used to disassemble things like a car. These are metric sockets ranging from about 8mm to 19mm, although the 8mm are missing. The first socket here is an 11mm, a 12, another 11, a 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. I keep it there for convenient access while disassembling and reassembling a vehicle like this. To install a new radiator in this vehicle in particular, I will get to use this 2¼ ton jack to jack the vehicle up from the subframe by about an extra foot, which will allow me to slide the new in-box engine radiator in from the bottom easily, and then I can reassemble everything. Let's go look at all the parts that were removed from the nose of this vehicle. Here's the bumper cover. Left headlight, windshield wiper fluid reservoir, various plastic components related to directing airflow over the radiator assembly, which, remember, includes all 4 radiators sandwiched together like a sandwich. Finally, engine cover, which includes a complex channel of air dams to help muffle the intake noise of the engine. And then this is the inverter cover, which includes a safety switch that will disable the high voltage system in the vehicle if this cover is removed while the 12-volt battery is connected. And this is the top of the radiator support, also known as the rad support. These 2 metal pieces here and here are the lower radiator assembly supports. And a few years ago, when I hit a tall curb, this radiator support bent up, which caused the damage in the metal flange that you saw earlier on the engine radiator. Let's review that damage again. This is the passenger side of the radiator. And here you can see where the lower radiator support pushed up and damaged the radiator. And in this box is an aftermarket brand new radiator, brand new engine radiator, ready to be installed with its protective packaging still on it to ensure maximum safety and quality before I'm ready to install it. These are all very fragile components, and these jobs must be done patiently. Failure to do these jobs patiently will result in additional damage to the vehicle